We finally got a new task manager in Windows 8. Just right click on the taskbar and hit task manager, and you can see it's a different look to it to start with. If I hit fewer details, this shows the apps, the new UI applications running in the background. Let's put this more in view. More details, of course, you get your processes that are running, and you can end tasks by right clicking on some of them. End task. What I like too is the new feature for Windows Explorer. This is good for power users, gamers, I guess, is you can restart Explorer, as it says here. But you can also end the task here, or you can restart it from here as well. So if I click that, it does a quick restart and also change my background. Okay, performance. This is neat. It shows you a nice graph view in your memory, CPU, and whatever activities on your hard drives, your internet, and different settings. I mean, not settings, activities that are happening. The application history, that's self-explanatory. Startup, this is cool. You don't have to type in msconfig anymore. It's built right into the task manager, so you can manage startup programs. It also shows you the startup impact, none to medium and high. I don't know if there's a critical setting, a critical rating or not, but you can disable by down here, or right click again and disable or enable. Users, that shows you the user tasks that are in your user space. What I like too is under details of what's running, is you can right click on something you don't recognize. Like, I know what this is here, but just say I don't know what it is, and I can just go down to here and say search online, and under services we get the same. And one more thing I want to mention about the task manager is when you go to the performance tab, you can right click and choose summary view, and that brings it down to almost like a widget, I guess, like a more compact view, and you can move it around to the left or to right. And if you want a little, just a bit more, just check hide graphs. So I can see this coming in handy for if you're running something, troubleshooting an application, maybe checking in if it's taking up too much memory in the background. You can look at this, or it's just for a quick glance at what's happening, sort of thing. Oops, sorry. And just to go back, it's just untick, and you can show graphs. I noticed in the earlier release previews, there was another hotkey added. By pressing hotkey combination Windows key and X, that brings up a little context menu, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different tasks you can run, from programs, add remove programs, to run, to show the desktop. And if you notice too, under each option there's an underline under a letter. So programs and features, for example, I press F, that's what it brings up. Drag this in. Control X again. If you want to go to control panel, let's just press P. Oops, don't mean to resize that. I like this one. Windows key X and A brings up the administrative command prompt, and you get the UAC prompt, and then you can power users can perform their administrative tasks in here, such as WinSat formal to get the computer rating or whatever. Another way to get to this, but it's not as, in my opinion, not as easy, especially with dual monitor setup. You hover down to the start, and if you right click on start, it brings up that menu as well. And if you notice, the ampersands, the underlines are gone as well, so it's like a more of a mouse right click left click operation in this. But just another handy feature, I think, anyway, in my opinion. I've been using it more, I get used to it, that's been added to Windows 8. One thing that was introduced in Windows Vista Ultimate was the option to to create a system image of your main drive, your Windows. So in case of a crash or whatever, you can use that to get your Windows and all your settings back. Windows 8 expands on this quite a bit. I'll open Control Panel. There's several ways to get to this, but I'll just use Control Panel. And we'll just search here and start typing in recovery. And when you see that, recovery, we'll click that. And before we get to the extra options, or actually this is a new one as well, it says create a recovery drive. When you click that, you get a UAC prompt. And it says create a recovery drive. And you can read through this. If I hit next, it's going to look. And it's instructing me to connect a USB flash drive, which is very cool. And it has to be at least 256 megabytes. And of course, everything else will be deleted. If you don't have a USB, you can create a repair disk with a CD or DVD instead. So I'm just going to cancel out of that one. System restore, we all know that from back in Windows XP, maybe Windows ME if you want to discuss that. Okay, so finally, if you're experiencing problems with your PC, you can refresh it in PC settings. So PC settings is the new UI control panel-ish thing. So I'll open that, and it's under General. And yeah, you scroll down. Two options here: refresh your PC without affecting your files, remove everything and reinstall Windows. First one is probably what most users would be interested in, and I think is really neat actually. If your PC isn't running well, so you know, a virus or whatever, you can refresh it without losing photos, music, videos, and other personal files, such as your text documents or whatever else you have. One thing I should mention though is you'll have to reinstall any programs, and I'm not sure about applications, probably from the App Store. And this one is pretty self-explanatory. Remove everything and reinstall Windows, so that just wipes everything off your Windows partition or hard drive. And if you do this, it's reset to its factory settings, as they say, so you make sure you have a backup of your personal stuff, which you can do. You can set up backup task as well. So there's two options, and I said the refresh your PC is probably the one that most users would be interested in.